What I'd like to do in this video is to show you how to draw this tire. This wheel, this rim, and it's just a basic rim. I'm going to show you how to put this together. So in order to draw out this wheel, to begin with, you're going to take a compass, and there's two ways you can measure it out. You can take the compass point, put it on here, and slide the pencil point over to here, and what you're going to do is then you can use this little piece of paper I gave you, put it in the center, and on this one you can just spin the paper around like this to get the circle like that, and then move your compass to the next size. I'm going to go down to here, put it back on that little hole that you started with, and rotate the circle. And then go to put it on the X, the compass point and the pencil point, put it on the outside of the tire, like right there, and then spin that. And you've got this tire here. Here's the other way to do it. Take your compass, put it on the end of the ruler at 1 inch, well, the beginning of 1 inch, and you put your pencil point at 1 inch. And then in the middle of your paper, put your compass, spin your paper around, or turn your compass, whichever way works best for you, and get that circle. So it's going to be like this. Then take your compass, put it on the end of the 1 inch, slide this down to the 1/2 inch. So between here and here is going to be a 1/2 inch. And then just spin your paper again. And then what I would do is put it at the 1/2 inch mark and open your compass just like 1/8 of an inch just to get the outside of the rim. So it's going to look like this. So that's going to be your tire there. For the sake of you being able to see this, I made this tire a little bit bigger, but yours is just going to be 2 inches across, and you can follow these steps. The first step is to pick a side of the tire. I'm going to pick this side right here, and I'm going to make a highlight. So it's just this round, like an O, stretched out along the side of the tire like that. And then down here on the inside, next to the rim, I do the same thing, like this. And then what you're going to do is take your black color pencil and color this tire, the rubber tire, all in a solid black, as solid as you can. And you go right around the stretched out O, or the highlight, and try to get as close as you can to that circle without going over it, and then color it in solid. The next part, which is kind of interesting, is to take the white color pencil. Because it's a wax base pencil, this will move this around. So if you take it on the edge and just go over where the black edge is, and what it'll do is it'll just start to move that edge just a little bit, so it makes it look like it's a little bit of a blending going on there. You just go in a circular motion and bring it over just a little bit, and it makes it a little bit more believable. And down here on the same. So it's going to be like that. Next, what I'm going to do is put a little circle. This is just going to be like a chrome rim that's solid. What you do is you put a little circle around the dot where the compass punctured the paper like this, and then put a light line across the middle of the tire or the rim. And what that is, that's going to be where we do the next part. Then let's darken in the axle. Come around, just darken it in just a little bit. Then you're going to put the lug nuts in there. It's going to be like a C because you're going to see the shadow here. I'm going to do 6. So it's going to be like a tipped C. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So it's going to look like that. Then you can darken in the edge of the rim, especially on the top, and then a little lighter on the bottom because in the top it's going to be in the shadow. So it's going to come kind of like this. Around like this. And then the next thing is to do upside down U's, which is going to be the bending of the reflection across the center of the chrome rim. So when I mean upside down U's, I'm going to take this and just kind of put like a little U like this right here, and then a U starting here, and this is one's going to be stretched way out, kind of comes up, and then it dips down just a little bit, then comes down like that, right to the edge, but you don't have to touch the edge. And then the same thing on the other side. You're going to come down and get lighter, and then kind of bend, and then come in toward the axle. And even at the end of the axle, you're going to put a little bit of a U right there. It's going to be like this. And then in here on the rim, just a really skinny U coming upside down. What you do now is you take and you put a little bit of a shading going from 10 to 1 in a very short space. So it's really dark, going to lighter, going dark, going to lighter, down to here, and then you can bring it down just a little bit farther and kind of shade it there. And the same thing here. You're going to shade it down just a little bit in here, just a little bit down here. Keep your lines close together, get that shading nice and even. So you'll be like that, and then the same thing on this one here. Then take your white color pencil and go in small circular motion and blend that to get that nice gray. And then you're going to repeat this process with the other wheel too when you do your car. But you start to see how this makes it look like a chrome rim. Do that in here, and then along in here. And then in here too.